Blessing to the collective and the universe. I am Dark and Lovely. We are back at the Loyalty is the Truth channel. Today we're going to be watching some Black history that was never taught in school. Let's get to it.
Black history that isn't taught in schools. Ever heard of the real McCoy? That phrase originated from a man named Elijah McCoy. Born in 1844 in Canada to fugitive slaves who had escaped via the Underground Railroad, Elijah's interest in mechanics was evident from a young age. His parents, recognizing his potential, sent him to Scotland for an apprenticeship in mechanical engineering. Upon his return, he faced racial barriers that prevented him from working as an engineer. Undeterred, he took a job as a fireman and oiler for the Michigan Central Railroad. It was here that he invented a superior automatic oiling system for steam locomotives. This invention was so effective that it allowed trains to run continuously without stopping for maintenance, revolutionizing the industry. His products were so sought after that people specifically asked for the real McCoy. His legacy extends beyond his inventions, as he embodies the spirit of perseverance and innovation. Remember, when you hear the real McCoy, you're hearing the echo of a man who changed the world against all odds.
Black history facts you didn't learn in school. 100 years prior to Rosa Parks making history, there existed Elizabeth Jennings, an unsung pioneer who left an enduring impact. In the year 1854, she boldly took a stand against racial segregation by refusing to vacate a streetcar limited to white passengers. This act of resistance resulted in her arrest, yet undeterred, she pursued legal action and emerged triumphant in her lawsuit. The ripple effect of her victory extended far beyond the courtroom, becoming a catalyst for the eventual desegregation of public transit in New York City. Elizabeth Jennings, through her courage and persistence, laid the groundwork for a more inclusive and equitable future, setting a precedent a century ahead of Rosa Parks' iconic moment.
Here are 5 lesser-known black inventors and their contributions. Lewis Howard Latimer, 1848-1928. Latimer was an inventor and draftsman who played a crucial role in the development of the telephone and the light bulb. He improved the design of the carbon filament used in incandescent light bulbs, making them more efficient and longer-lasting. Granville T. Woods, 1856-1910. Woods was an inventor and electrical engineer known as the Black Edison. He held more than 60 patents for various inventions, including improvements to railway systems, the development of the multiplex telegraph, a precursor to the telephone, and advancements in electric power distribution. Sarah E. Good, 1855-1905. Good was the first African-American woman to receive a patent. She invented a foldable cabinet bed, a space-saving piece of furniture that could be transformed from a desk into a bed, making it ideal for small apartments. Frederick McKinley Jones, 1893-1961. Jones was an inventor and entrepreneur known for his pioneering work in refrigeration. He developed the first successful portable air cooling unit for trucks, which revolutionized the transportation of perishable goods. Marie Van Britten Brown, 1922-1999. Brown was an inventor who, along with her husband, created the first home security system with a closed-circuit television. Their invention laid the groundwork for modern home security systems, with features like remote monitoring and the ability to communicate with visitors at the door. These inventors made significant contributions to various fields, often with lasting impacts on technology and society, despite not receiving the same level of recognition as some of their contemporaries.
Wow.
Black history facts. American schools will never teach. The Buffalo Soldiers, a remarkable group of African-American soldiers, left an indelible mark on the history of America. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, these brave men served on the western frontier, participating in the Red River War in 1874, and later on the Battle of San Juan Hill, during the Spanish-American War in 1898, contributing significantly to the nation's growth. Notably, they played a vital role in constructing iconic landmarks like Yosemite National Park, Sequoia National Park. Their dedication and resilience paved the way for the establishment of several national parks, including in places like Maine and California, enriching America's natural heritage. Additionally, their commitment to duties during conflicts with Native American tribes and their highly refined constructional and architectural work had famous and well-renowned songwriter and artist Bob Marley create a song dedicated to their efforts and resiliency. These soldiers, often marginalized in history, deserve recognition for their pivotal role in shaping the foundations of a nation that sought unity amidst adversity.
Yes, they do need it. You guys, that was not taught in school. I know I didn't learn that in school. That's crazy how many lies they hidden from us. Why was not taught in school? I would have loved to learn that in school when I was younger. I know they didn't have it in school when I was in school. So imagine now. I know they don't have it now. The young generation don't know about half of these things that I learn now. If I'm now catching on. So I know they definitely not catching on now. But as long as we got people like us just doing these little videos, eventually they catch on. They'll get the message. Let's get back to the video.
If you go out today and you spend a literal dime, you should remember this woman. This is Selma Burke. She was born in North Carolina, but she moved to New York City during the Harlem Renaissance. At that time, she started taking classes at Sarah Lawrence College. In the 1930s, she won several different fellowships that allowed her to travel to Europe and study sculpture. In the late 1930s, for obvious reasons, she came back to the United States. And she began teaching art, even opening up her own art school called the Selma Burke School of Sculpture in New York City. And she eventually opened up another one in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania by the same name. The school taught everything from painting to puppetry. But her big opportunity came when this happened. In the 1940s, the White House put out a competition to win a 45-minute sitting with the president to sketch him. And the president at the time was FDR. And Sarah won. And it almost didn't happen because Eleanor Roosevelt was a Class A hater who said that Selma was too young to sketch a picture of her husband. Her sketch and her sculpture ended up becoming the standard for what we see on the dime today.
Trying to discourage her.
Let's talk about Nat Turner's slave rebellion. Nat Turner was born into slavery on October 2nd, 1800 in Southampton County, Virginia. His enslaver was a white man named Benjamin Turner. Nat was passed down to Benjamin's son Samuel Turner when Benjamin died in 1810. Turner was deeply religious and very intelligent and learned to read and write at a young age. Through his teenage and young adult years, he got visions from God that eventually led to the slave rebellion. He was purchased by a slave master named Joseph Travis in 1830, and then Nat got another vision, that to slay your enemies with their own weapons. In 1830 and 1831, he enlisted the help of over 70 enslaved and freed black people. August 21st, 1831, the rebellion began. They traveled from plantation to plantation with blunt instruments, axes, and hacksaws, killed any white person or enslaver in their path. Were eventually defeated and captured by the state militia. Had evaded capture for 6 weeks but was captured on October 30th, 1831 in Southampton County. Hung on November 11th. Nat Turner's rebellion truly stirred a fire, fanned the flames that eventually led to the Civil War and the abolition of slavery.
Why was none of those in school? It is sad that they didn't have it in school for us. We would have learned a lot. Like, right now, I've learned a lot. And I'm still learning. Because they had kept a lot of things hidden from us. And now, you gotta do some real research. You gotta be on your game. You gotta wanna know. You know? To find out. Because you're not gonna find it just so easy. They hidden it. Look how long they hidden it from us. And we need it back in the school books. We need it back in the libraries. We need it. We need it to be taught in school for the younger generation coming. They need to know. Because everything that me and anybody else who came after me in the generation now, it's been false that we learned in school. But it's only right to put the truth in back and let the younger generation learn the truth. The lies stop now. And you guys don't forget, all my videos is educational purposes. You know? Follow, like, subscribe, comment. That's crazy, you guys. You gotta wake up. But let's finish watching these videos.
The images of black people in early Europe. Hieronymus Bosch, The Adoration of the Magi Epiphany, Netherlands, 1485 to 1500. Anonymous Portuguese artist, an 86 centimeters of polychrome stone carving of Saint Benedict of Palermo with flowers, Portugal, 1650s. Cameos featuring detailed profiles of black men and women in precious metals and jewels were popular in many European countries. The ones above date around 1600 to 1800. Some art historians relate the style above to depictions of the goddess Diane. Robert Home portrait of a Malay woman, England, 1770 to 1788, at the Royal College of Surgeons of England collection. Portrait of King Balthazar, one of the three Magi, and a servant, fragment from an Adoration of the Magi, Netherlands, 1480, Rijksmuseum, Amsterdam. Discarding images, Amazon's Le Secret de l'Histoire Naturelle, France, 1480 to 1485. At the school of Francois de Troyes, you'll find a portrait of a mulatto aristocrat in armor, France, 1680 to 1730. Abraham Janssens, The Agrippine Sibyl, Netherlands, 1575. A sibyl is a kind of pagan prophetess. 12 sibyls of various origins were said to have foretold the coming of Christ. Stanislaw Samostrzelnik, Adoration of the Magi, Poland, 1539. The Image of the Black in Western Art Research Project and Photo Archive. Jasper Beck's Portrait of Don Miguel de Castro, Emissary of Congo, Netherlands, 1643. Magdeburg Cathedral, Statue of Saint Mauritius and Catherine, German, officially called the Cathedral of Saints Maurice and Catherine. Medieval stonework featuring Saint Maurice at Dom zu Magdeburg, Saint Mauritius and Catharina. A Young Black Man with a Bow, France, 1697 to 1700, Museum of Fine Arts, Dunkirk. Workshop of Jacob Cornelis van Oossanen, Adoration of the Magi, Detail, Netherlands, 1510 to 1515. Design for reliquary bust of Saint Maurice, Germany, 1525 to 1527. The image of the blacks in Western art. Artist's name is John White Werowance, North Carolina, Algonquian, England, 1585 to 93. Drawing on paper in the British Library. Anonymous German artist, altarpiece with Saint Maurice, Germany, 1499. The image of the black in Western Art Research Project and Photo Archive. This was the coat of arms of Sardinia, Netherlands in 1390. King Pomaré I of Tahiti, England, 1777. Source: more on John Weber, more on King Pomaré I of Tahiti, Record 11 and Record 2. The artist's name is Geertgen tot Sint Jans. Portrait of the Adoration of the Magi, Detail, Netherlands, 1480. History of Proleus Royal, the Battle of Genghis Khan and Prester John, France, 1340. Illuminated manuscript, British Library, London. You can see the black armies on horses fighting Genghis Khan's army. The artist's name is Jacopo Lagozzi Barbari, depicting a Moorish man with a giraffe, Italy, 1580s. Statue of the Magus Balthazar, South Germany, 1300s, made with polychrome limewood sculpture at the Hunt Museum, Limerick. Portrait of a young woman from France, 1750 to 1799, St. Louis Art Museum. It's not known who created it, to exactly when, nor who is depicted in the artwork. What we can learn from it is still amazing.
Ever heard about the incredible Bridget Biddy Mason? In 1856, she boldly fought for freedom, a year before the famous Dred Scott case. Imagine this: her owner trying to move her to Texas to keep her enslaved, but her friends tipped off the sheriff. Armed with a writ of habeas corpus, they intercepted the plan. In court, Biddy couldn't speak due to a law preventing blacks from testifying against whites. He intended to move them without their free will and consent, jeopardizing their liberty. The court saw through the undue influence, declaring they couldn't make a voluntary agreement due to their circumstances. Biddy's journey didn't end there. In Los Angeles, she became a midwife, nurse, and a true community builder. In 1872, she founded the First African Methodist Episcopal Church, the city's oldest black church. Biddy, a philanthropist, went on to establish a traveler's aid center and a school for black children. Her story is one of triumph, resilience, and a remarkable journey from enslavement to empowerment.
The doorknob was invented by a 17-year-old black boy named Osborne Dorsey in 1878 in Washington, D.C. Dorsey was likely born in September of 1861, according to Emancipation Records, and was freed at 8 months old with his mom and 2 siblings during the Civil War. Little else is known about Dorsey's life prior to this groundbreaking invention. However, it should be noted that in the 1880 census, when Dorsey was 18 or 19 years old, he worked as a butcher and resided with his family. In other words, Dorsey didn't make a fortune from his invention. In fact, it took years for people to embrace the doorknob. But after they realized that it was safer than opening doors with latches and leather straps like what was usually done, the broader society got on board. So the next time you twist that doorknob and walk through a door, you could thank a black man.
Here are 5 lesser-known black inventors and their contributions. Lewis Howard Latimer, 1848-1928. Latimer was an inventor and draftsman who played a crucial role in the development of the telephone and the light bulb. He improved the design of the carbon filament used in incandescent light bulbs, making them more efficient and longer lasting. Granville T. Woods, 1856-1910. Woods was an inventor and electrical engineer known as the Black Edison. He held more than 60 patents for various inventions, including improvements to railway systems, the development of the multiplex telegraph, a precursor to the telephone, and advancements in electric power distribution. Sarah E. Good, 1855-1905. Good was the first African-American woman to receive a patent. She invented a foldable cabinet bed, a space-saving piece of furniture that could be transformed from a desk into a bed, making it ideal for small apartments. Frederick McKinley Jones, 1893-1961. Jones was an inventor and entrepreneur known for his pioneering work in refrigeration. He developed the first successful portable air cooling unit for trucks, which revolutionized the transportation of perishable goods. Marie Van Britten Brown, 1922-1999. Brown was an inventor who, along with her husband, created the first home security system with a closed-circuit television. Their invention laid the groundwork for modern home security systems, with features like remote monitoring and the ability to communicate with visitors at the door. These inventors made significant contributions to various fields, often with lasting impacts on technology and society, despite not receiving the same level of recognition as some of their contemporaries.
Martin Luther was killed by the government. He had a dream, but they didn't fuck with it. Malcolm X was killed by the government. COINTELPRO, the reason I'm not trusting them. Fred Hampton, killed by the government. He was a Black Panther, they couldn't be fucked with. Huey P. Newton was killed by the government. Civil rights leaders was like, who you fucking with? Rosa Parks sat at the front of the bus. She said, get the fuck on, I'm not getting up. Put me in jail, I do not give a fuck. Angela Davis stood up for us when the world fucking hate us. Love all the brave ones. We need reparations, fuck, they need to pay us. Dr. Malachi York, they imprison him, trying to teach black people who we really are. Larry Hoover, they imprison him. Golden Development, he was real militant. Rashad Jamal, they imprison him. Waking us up, had no choice but to sentence him. Nelson Mandela, they imprison him. Damn, they was just trying to make this world different. I'm feeling like Marcus Garvey. I'm screaming black power, nobody can stop me. Like, remember they blew up Black Wall Street? I think they don't wanna see us win. I think they'd like to see us in a pen. Free all the ones that was fighting for me. Calling more leaders I missed in the comments. To all of my ancestors, rest in peace.
All right, you guys. So anybody, comment below, let me know. Because I didn't learn that in school. And still, it's not being taught in school now. So, if anybody learned it before or now, comment, let me know. Because I need to know. A lot of people is saying it's not, but certain people, I don't know. I want to know what anybody else thinking. Let me know. But we have reached the end of the video. Till next time, I am Dark and Lovely. This is Loyalty is the Truth. Peace. We out.